What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another £1,000 Sisters episode 4 season 1. I nearly forgot that, I'm gonna lie to you, but let's get cracking. Let's finish off the recap of season 1 with episode 4 today as we continue. I believe there is 2 more episodes left, maybe 3. I know the first seasons are always very short, but anyway, we're here now. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time and let's find out what kind of tantrum Tammy decides to basically display in this episode, because we know for sure Tammy is always guaranteed to have some sort of hissy fit per each freaking episode. I mean, we've been calling it £1,000 Sisters for the longest of time, but really and truly, it's always been the Tammy show. Tammy tantrum, someone once upon a time said in the comment section, if you dig what I'm saying. But anyway, let's give a shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, and now let's get into it.
Been married about 3 months, and for 2 months it was perfect. Like, we had all our time together and stuff, and then Tammy moved in, and then we just haven't had time for ourselves.
And to think that fast forward 3 seasons on, we're now hearing about Tammy potentially moving back in again with Mike. Is it Mike? Yeah, with Michael, isn't it? It is Michael, isn't it? Yeah, with Michael and Amy, you know. And I mean, listen. It's good that Michael is very understanding. I really hope I got his name right. For some reason, I feel like it's something else. But I really hope that, you know, it's just kind of, you know what, Michael is obviously very understanding that, you know, that Tammy needs Amy. Or, like I've said before in the past, Amy found someone that was just going to bow down to her every single need, to every single call. And let's be honest, we all know Michael hasn't got a backbone. So really and truly, whatever Amy says, Michael will do. But hey, tough times, man. Tough times. But anyway, let's but you know what? This goes back to what I've been saying this whole time. When you're watching season 1 and then you're comparing it to season 3 and you're comparing the things that we're hearing right now, literally at this moment in time, I'm predicting season 4 to legit be a replica of season 1, just with the addition of the two children. That is if Tammy does move in with Michael and Amy, of course. But even if he doesn't, Tammy's still going to be a problem for Amy anyway. But hey, let's see what else happens.
I always fight with my sister. She's constantly yelling at me, and I've tried to do everything in my power to make her happy. You know?
But that's the problem, isn't it? Fact is, Amy shouldn't be doing anything to try and make Tammy happy. But we already know that. What else is new? Ah, man, so frustrating, I know. The more I think about it, the more now I'm starting to feel like season 4 coming is just going to be pointless as hell. This is literally just going to be a recurring of just the same old madness, isn't it? But hey, let's get into it.
Anything else?
Not right now.
Okay, you guys enjoy.
You want my bread? I'm jealous that I got you.
I think that's what it is. When you got somebody she don't.
Well, maybe if she was nicer to people, she would have people.
Probably.
I mean, to be honest with you, each time Tammy does get close to having someone, she always seems to pick someone that is just there just to enable her. You know, she's unable to ever pick someone that isn't going to enable her, someone that's actually going to help her. But the matter of fact is, though, with Tammy's attitude, she's always going to end up with someone that's probably going to enable her rather than someone that's going to want to look after her, because someone who would want to look after her wouldn't want to put up with her mouth. Because the matter of the fact is, everything that comes out of Tammy's mouth, it just is hardly ever nice. It's just pure disgust and hate. And that is just the grand scheme of things. But hey, I've been saying it. You guys have been saying it. Amy obviously was saying it before. So was Michael. And that is the fact is, you know, it is one of the elements is just pure jealousy. And man. But again, no, it's just annoying because Amy knows some of these things, but she will still allow, you know, Tammy to come back into her life. She still allow Tammy to come back to her life and also ruin her life, you know, just by being difficult, just by forcing Amy to be a mother to her, as well as Amy being a mother to her own children. To make it worse, Tammy would want to be the #1 child when she's not even the child. You know, Amy has all the answers to literally just say, you know what, Tammy, see you later.
I'm ready to get her out of my house.
I think Tammy wants us to do stuff for her because she's overweight and she's just lazy. But I want her to regain her independence, and it'll help me because I'll have more time with my husband alone.
When did Tammy have independence to begin with, though? As far as I'm concerned, it's always been Tammy and Amy. I don't know when Amy's decided all of a sudden that Tammy has some form of independence. if she did, it definitely wasn't long-lived. If you know what I mean, it was definitely short-lived. So yeah, but I think it's a matter of Tammy finally getting her own independence. To be fair, arguably even now, Tammy still hasn't had her independence. Yeah, she moved out. Yeah, she lived by herself. But the fact is, though, she was always still on the phone calling someone to come around and, you know, be there, whether it be Amy, one of the other family members, or her friends. You obviously take her out to drink and get wasted and just ruin her life even more. Tammy doesn't even know what independence is. You know what I mean? Regain it. She's never gained it in the first place. She needs to gain it for the first time. That's just the grand scheme of things. But that's the thing though. Use the word lazy. Amy used the word lazy. Here's the thing. Tammy is too lazy to be independent. Tammy is too lazy to do anything by herself. So to be honest, she needs to learn to finally stop being lazy and to gain independence for the very first time in her life. But do I see that happening? No.
Why are you looking at me like that, Daddy?
This is what I'm talking about. You're constantly yelling at me.
Listen, man, it's just, you know what? It's the facial expressions for me, man. The facial expressions for me are just killer. Let me just go back and look a bit here. You know what I mean? Look at this. Just look at this. Just these two are ready to just call it blah. You know what I'm saying? Like Amy is just like, but hey. Anyway, FYI, I just thought I'd put this out here right now, just out of curiosity. So just so you know, these episodes that I obviously get, you know, but I know somebody was like, why don't you upload the full episode? Well, I can't because it's copyright. Also, just to kind of give you guys a heads up on this, just so you know, the episodes, I get them off of Discovery Plus, I record them, and then I upload them on YouTube, so therefore I can use the YouTube ability, so therefore I can use the speed up thingy you get on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? It basically makes it easier. And obviously, you know, it does a better job of manipulating that little copyright type situation for those little clips. Because sometimes even when you play clips on normal speed, you get flipping red flags for it. Yeah. Just in case you're like, oh, is this on YouTube? It's not active on you. No, it's just, yeah, it's private from us. Yeah. Anyway, let's just get into this.
So me and Michael's been talking. You know, this duplex is next door. It's open. It'll be better for us to get separated for a little bit.
Oh, it's about to go down. But you know what? This honestly, like, season 1 and season 2, season 1 and season 3 are literally the same thing. Literally, we're back there again, telling Tammy again, we're about to separate. Anyway, let me see what Tammy's reaction was in the first season, because I can't imagine it being the same as the one in season. Let's just get into it.
It feels like Amy and Michael went behind my back and kind of hurts my feelings. I should be involved in the decision. And also, I'm ready to move out when I feel ready, and not when they're ready.
The entitlement of Tammy Slaton. I'll move out when I feel ready. Hold on a minute. Do you pay any bills? Is it property? No, you don't. Is it your property? No, it's not. So therefore, you will leave when you're told to leave. She's acting as if she actually has some sort of power in this household. You don't have a single power in this household whatsoever. Tammy freaking Slaton. Wow. The audacity. If I was Amy, I would have been like, obviously she didn't say it in front of Amy at this moment in time. She said it obviously in the little cutscene jiggy. But if she does say it, if I was Amy, I'd be like, BICTH, I will drag you out here right now. And not even give you a chance to find you. Not even give you a chance to get the other place situated. You know what I mean? But this is the thing though. It is quite fascinating that we know that Tammy isn't working. We know that she hasn't got any money for any bills. But for some reason, she's able to get accommodation and get money for bills. Honestly, man, like, if you don't want to work, ladies and gentlemen, just become completely obese and then fall into the category of being disabled, and that's it. Your life is sorted out. Taxpayers will pay for it. Don't worry about it. Taking the piss.
Y'all are trying to kick me out.
It's not that, Timmy.
It is that.
Being on this diet, we're all on edge. And the other day, stuff just came to a head. At this point, the thing I want most is Tammy being able to move out on her own.
Trust me when I tell you, the diet has nothing to do with it. This is just Tammy being Tammy. Tammy Tantrum. You know what I'm saying? She should get that name. She should legit change her name to Tammy Tantrum. I like that. Alliteration.
Everything's on top of each other in this house. If we have more
But you
stuff
can't blame that on
us,
me.
Did I blame that?
Yes,
on you?
you did.
Did I say Tammy is your fault? No, I didn't.
No, not no words, but you have.
I think you're hearing voices that ain't really there.
If you honestly freaking care as much as you say you do,
The world
you
is
would've
not
listened to
evolving
what I
around
said.
you.
I mean, I understand somewhat that they want alone time, but I'm not ready to move on my own yet. I still can't cook for myself. I still can't go to the store and buy food. And I'm not trying to sound selfish, but I rely on them to help me.
I don't want to sound selfish, but I rely on them to help me. I can't do this, I can't do that. Didn't Amy already say earlier in this episode that apparently she wants Tammy to regain her independence? What independence? What independent? See, you're just mocking me at this stage. Bloody hell.
I weigh 401. He asked me to lose 25 pounds. I'm hoping I'm halfway there to my goal. That means I lost 10 pounds in a month. I think that's pretty good progress.
So far, things are looking pretty good. You've told me that you've made some big changes. You're working out, and your weight's going in the right direction. But you know, based on what the scale's showing, you're not even halfway to your goal yet.
I think, to be honest with you, watching it, knowing that obviously she was able to get to that goal, you know, we watch it more with a different kind of perspective. Like, you know, yeah, well, we know she's gonna get there, so it's all good. But when you don't know someone's gonna get there, you're like, I don't know if you're gonna get there though, because that £10 in a month. But of course, just like the doctor said, obviously it was progression. We showed that obviously Amy was being serious. Now, of course, at the same time on the journey there, Amy did admit to having a few cheat days here and there. So of course, you know, that already told us that she wasn't obviously going to lose what she was actually meant to lose. And I believe she was meant to lose 30 pounds, and Tammy was meant to lose 60 pounds, something like that. But hey, the fact is, though, we all know that this was the beginning to a successful journey, which now. Oh, that's interesting. I keep saying that season 4 is probably going to be a replica of season 1. Bear in mind, season 4, give or take, it goes ahead. To be fair, part of it will be talking about Amy's obviously weight gain, you know, especially after her second birth as well. So we will see definitely her going to see a doctor. Is it Dr. Smith, I believe his name is now? But this is a problem, isn't it? There's too much reoccurrence within their lives, you know? Like, legit, too much recurrence in both of their lives, and that's the bottom line. Yeah, obviously Amy isn't as big as she was, she's not as big now as she was then, but she's still obviously overweight, and she still has some journey to go. But it'd be a damn shame if she does, go back to obviously to where she was, and it would also be a damn shame if Amy thought it was okay for her to just maintain the weight she's at now, because regardless of the weight, she's still unhealthy. You know what I mean? And damage is still being done to her body, and that is just the bottom line. And we can't really ever use, you know, I know some people like to say, yeah, but, you know, addictions like this, addictions like that, PTSDs like this, traumas like this, blah, 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 blah. But the fact is that the proof is in the pudding. Amy has lost weight before, so we know that she has every single ounce in her to do it. Obviously, the first time was obviously for her to have a baby. The question is, can she find a new motivation why she should be losing weight? Well, here's the thing. In the grand scheme of things, everyone should always look to be in a certain weight in a certain weight capacity due to their height anyway, and also based on health. But not everybody really cares. Well, no, that's a lie. But I guess sometimes the word health doesn't always motivate others. Maybe sometimes it demotivates people. So therefore we have to find other reasons to, you know, make us want to lose weight. And Gage was the first reason. The new baby is obviously another reason. But now she won't be having any more babies. I do wonder what her new reason is going to be. Yeah. That was a lot, wasn't it?
Dr. Project gave me a pretty big weight goal to lose 60 pounds. I think I am eating better, and I've been trying to be more active.
Oh, you kind of sat down and we talked about a lot of changes you're going to make and so forth. So tell me about life since then.
I've been sticking to the diet pretty well.
Yeah?
When I'm not able to get out, Amy's the one brings the stuff in, so I'm not cheating.
So she's always been the one to kind of cook and do most of the shopping.
I love it. Don't you just love it? She's already thrown Amy on the bus. Well, Amy's the one that's been bringing me the food. So that's her already saying to the doctor that if I fail, it was Amy's fault. Well, hey, guess what though? Amy's already gone first. So if she gains weight, we all know it ain't Amy's fault. I mean, we already know it's not Amy's fault, but Tammy's trying to project that. Oh, dear Lord.
That would put me about halfway to my goal.
So Tammy weighed 608 originally. She now weighs 600 pounds. She's lost 8 pounds. You know, I want to say that is something. only because I expected to gain weight. Obviously, watching it, if I'd watched it in season 1, I'd have been like, what the hell is that? And to be honest with you, I'm still like, what the hell is that? But based on what I know of her, I was expecting the number to be higher, to be honest with you. So I feel kind of chuffed that it was actually just lower, even if it was just 8 pounds, to be honest with you. But the grand scheme of thing is, now she weighs over 600 and, gosh, yeah. Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting, you know, she lost 115 pounds from sleeping. I'm not trying to mock someone being in a coma. I'm just saying, like, you know, yeah. Arguably, the coma's probably got Tammy in her lowest weight for a very, very long time. But she does look like she's probably put that weight back on, though. But anyway.
Lost 8 pounds in 1 month. It's terrible.
So, listen, you're not even close to your goal. You've hardly lost any weight since I saw you last time. I don't know if you've been doing anything that we talked about. As of right now, I've got serious doubts we're going to have the surgery. If you ask me today, I'd say no.
Yo, Dr. Proctor, he just came in. He just came in with it. He was like, no hold barred. I'm just saying it how it is right now. You ain't done nada. You ain't done shit. I like Dr. Proctor now. I like him. I mean, I didn't dislike him anyway, but like, I wanted to hear some rawness in this guy to Tammy's face. I'm not saying he hasn't done that before. He hasn't been doing that, but that one right there, that one cut deep. I felt that comment. You know when somebody says a comment and you can feel it. You can feel the burn. And do you know what the saddest thing is? We look at this image here of Tammy. This is the same face that she's been pulling since God knows when. And that same face still hasn't changed. When will Tammy ever give us a serious face that we can actually believe? Because to be fair, her poker face is always acting like she's serious. Girl, please.
Is your sister supportive?
To a point, yeah.
To a point, what do you mean?
I just feel like she needs to be more helpful.
She needs to be more helpful to you? How so? I understand she does the shopping and the cooking and so forth. How can she help
I
more?
feel like it's frustrating when I have to get a drink or something like that.
Well, part of this. And
what did I say to you? I said to you that she was warming up to put the blame onto Amy. She set it up from the very beginning. And now we're here. And what's she doing? Flat out saying, you know, well, Amy ain't exactly be doing her share of the things, you know, blah, 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 blah. Oh, man, Tammy, give over. Just give over.
when I see folks who are in your size range is once you get there, you become more and more dependent on other people around you. And once that happens, next thing you're bedridden, next thing you know, you're depending on everybody for everything. So honestly, I want to see you do these things for yourself. If you're thirsty, you need to get something to drink, get up and get something to drink. I know it hurts. I know it's gonna be painful and sometimes.
Hey, Dr. Proctor, I mean, laying down the smack down. He's letting her know. Okay, and you know what the fact is? He even mentioned things that he knows that he probably hear her using this. He said, "Listen, I know it's hurt. I know it hurts for you to get up and get a drink, but you got to do it. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, with someone of your size, is always gonna be lazy. And is always gonna rely on other people." Dr. Proctor is laying it down. He's saying it exactly how it is. There's no contest here. Nah, listen, Dr. Proctor is a bad man. He's a bad man. I want to see the same energy from him. This is the energy that I want to see him do on 1,000 Pound Best Friends as well. You know what I mean? Okay, Vanessa needs this kind of energy. Difference is that he needs to be a bit more savage with her. You know what I mean? Because, boy, that one's going to be a lot of work. But yeah. But sadly, all the hard work that Dr. Proctor tried to do for Tammy obviously went out of the window. Sad times.
Her own shopping and things like that. She needs to understand that her health is her responsibility. I shouldn't have to remind you, this is life or death. What I talked about last time, that wasn't just to scare you. I hope it did, but it's true. I don't see you living much longer unless we...
Mad said, I don't see you living much longer unless you do something about it. Hey, yo, Dr. Proctor has entered the building. This is the Dr. Proctor show. What? Yo, nah, he's keeping it 100 though. He's been honest about it though. No lies detected. But somehow 3 seasons later, and I say this not out of darkness, I just say this out of just madness, but 3 days, Tammy's still alive. Remember, Before the in this season, she already had 2 life scares. We know she's had recent ones since then. How this woman is still breathing, I don't know. I really don't know.
I want to do so much more, but I can't. I hate this. I do wish I'd never.
Once upon a time, Tammy could have picked up her tablet, recorded a video crying, and sympathy would have come from different sympathy would have came. But now she picks up a tablet, she tries to look for sympathy. Everybody's like, "Girl, who you trying to fool? We've been watching you trying to manipulate us and trying to tell us you want to do better. We've been watching you play victim since day one. Don't be giving none of this nonsense." Tammy is a Leo though, you know what I mean? I guess it's a Leo thing, you know what I mean? Okay, trying to outsmart the crowd, but everybody's smart, but everybody else is smarter than you. Damn Leos, man! You need to step yourselves down. Yes, Tammy represents the Leo. Leo's gonna come for me today. Just know Tammy's your queen. Can we get serious, please? We're making a video.
I wish I continued on my diets when I was younger. I want to just give up and just eat and binge, but
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. The way TLC put the soundtrack in the background too to give you a bit more of a dramatic effect. Golden. But listen, man, there's no way I'm watching this and taking it seriously. I'm laughing the whole way through. I don't care. What is this? Giving us the tears and that. I tell you what though. Compared to a lot of people that cry and they give us those crocodile tears that barely even come out, she's got a big woman coming out though. You know what I mean? I give her ratings for that. But at the same time though, all jokes aside, the fact that she has the ability to cry like this though isn't good. Because obviously it just shows you and exposes even more how dark she is inside, you know what I mean? How damaged she is inside and how much she's got so many things to work through as well to allow her to actually propel. The fact that she's able to get sad that quick, angry that quick, and shed tears like that quick, tells that she's got a lot of demons inside of her head that's really stopping her from going forward, which obviously isn't a nice thing, you know? It's not a nice thing at all for anybody to be going through, and that's the bottom line. But at the same time though, just because it's not a nice thing for anyone to be going through, it doesn't mean that people should be projecting what they're going through onto others. And the matter of fact is, this is where the no sympathy comes from. Okay, the no sympathy comes from the fact that Tammy projects all this darkness inside of her onto other people. These demons, she takes it out on her family members. She takes it out on the audience. She takes it out on anyone that she can. And that's just the grand scheme of things. And the only time that she doesn't necessarily take it out on people is when she's with flipping feeder. But so don't get twisted. I'm definitely aware that obviously there's a lot of demons in her mind. But at the same time, I'm not blind to the fact that she shouldn't be using them to her advantage, to manipulate others, to make other people feel bad, to treat people like they're crap. So therefore, I'm always going to watch this and be like, ha, ha, ha. Because why am I going to be all friendly for someone who can't be friendly to anybody else? Especially to the person who loves her the most. Hey, there ain't nobody on this earth that loves her no. There is nobody on this planet that loves her more than Amy does. That's a fact. But she throws it back in her face every single freaking time. Pisses me off.
What's on that list that you think to yourself, that may not be the most sensible or healthy thing for Tammy to have?
Yes. I mean, it's her money. I can't tell her what to do with her money and what to do with her body.
But then she gets mad. Oh, you don't need that, okay? Why are you getting an attitude? You can just calmly tell me I don't need it.
Amy, sometimes your way of caring might be a little bit intense,
yeah.
But you were asking.
I mean, listen, end of the day, you know, the therapist, he's only acting obviously what he's being told right now by Amy and Tammy. And I hate to say it, but obviously, you know, in this conversation stuff in particular, I'm going to say I disagree. Because the fact is, what is missing out of this information is that the reason why Amy ends up, you know, obviously going nuts is purely because Tammy obviously, look at it this way. I've never necessarily seen an episode where Amy has gone out of her way to be horrible to Tammy for the sake of it. Whenever Amy has been horrible, shall I say, or has raised her voice, or she has had a backbone to stand up for herself, it's because Tammy has thrown a tantrum first, or Tammy has done something that has obviously triggered her first. And that's the grand scheme of things. So to be honest, you know, it's not about, so therefore that's why I disagree. But at the same time though, we do know that both sisters have a habit of falling out and then just moving as if it never happened, which is something that needs to be worked on both sides. bottom line. There's no other ways around it, if you dig what I'm saying. But of course, let's see what else is left to go.
I mean, you're relying on Amy a lot. And Amy will hold on to a lot of responsibility.
But guess what? Tammy doesn't care.
I worry a lot. I worry about my mom. I worry about Tammy. I worry about myself. I worry about Michael, my dog. I worry about other people that I know myself.
It's a lot of worry you have. That can be pretty exhausting.
Yeah. I worry about.
You know, just look at Tammy. Just look at her. Emotionless. Doesn't even care that her sister, her little sister, shall I say, is sitting there crying. She's broken down. She's beat up. She's not beat up, but she's broken down. She's worn out. She has a lot of worrying to do. But Tammy just sits there. Just look at her. Just sitting there.
Like when we were kids, I put my food on her plate. Did that make her fat? Like, did I make my sister fat?
So you have guilt from years ago about that? Wow.
Here's the thing though. I understand what's happening. You know, she wants to self-blame. Okay, cool, I get it. But the fact is though, you was young. You was a kid too. Simple as that, Amy. Kid too. There's nothing that you can do about it, but you was a kid too. You can't put blame on yourself. You wasn't old enough to take responsibility in that kind of way. End of conversation.
You can't let all that burden get you. You gotta let it go.
I can't help it. My brain just won't stop.
You gotta let it go. You can't keep holding on to it. You're making yourself sick worrying about it. It breaks my heart to see her crying, but it's not Amy's fault. Even when she was putting food on my plate, I never blamed Amy for me gaining weight as a child.
I'm gonna tell you this now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. It's so, you know what? The fact is, Tammy knows how to play that role of like, you know, I get it, I understand. But the matter of the fact is, when it comes to actions, the actions are the complete opposite to what comes out Tammy's mouth. Tammy's just someone that knows what to say, but will never put into action what she's saying because she still expects everybody to look after her. It's like the roles are reversed. Amy is the youngest, but Tammy acts as if she's the youngest. She acts as if she's the golden child, the one that she's the baby of the family. But you're not the baby of the family. Amy is. The baby of the family shouldn't be the one going through this. I mean, no one in the family should be going through this, but if there's ever going to be anyone, it wouldn't necessarily be the baby in the family. Let's be real, man. The baby in the family is the one that older siblings dislike the most, to be honest. It's the one that the siblings are most protective over. But it's always the one that, you know, they look at them like, yeah, you get away with everything. When I was your age, I didn't get away with that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, the middle child dislikes the baby of the family the most, guaranteed, bruv. Guaranteed. They'll show them love, but really and true, they dislike, yeah. Okay, let's not talk about middle child syndrome now. Don't wanna trigger anyone. Middle child syndrome. So fake, man. Just kidding. Calm down. Jesus Christ. Ah.
A lot of people don't know how it feels to have 600 pounds on your body. I'm not able to get out to go do other workouts, so I'm hoping this works out with the pool.
Yo, what I'm about to say is gonna be nice. Some people may say savage, but I'm gonna say it's nice. But let me just say this one thing. Tammy just said a lot of people don't know what it's like to have 600 pounds in your body. That's because nobody's supposed to weigh 600 pounds, you freaking donut. And this is not me laughing at people that are overweight or obese and getting to this stage. No, this is me just speaking facts. This is just me speaking reality, regardless of how tall you are, okay? Because obviously height's always a factor too, but regardless, nobody is supposed to weigh 600 pounds. That's why people don't know what it's like to weigh 600 pounds. But sadly, we do live in a world, okay, that it seems as if a lot of people are starting to weigh 600 pounds as if it's a normal bloody thing. So to be honest with you, Tammy's saying that people don't know what it's like to weigh 600 pounds. That's kind of that is actually a lie, because If they didn't, then we wouldn't have a show called 600 Pound Life that's been going on for like 10 seasons, and there's always a new person per each freaking episode. So that tells you that, hey, yeah, I think a lot of too many people know what it's like to weigh 600 pounds. But the grand scheme of things is this, Tammy, you're not supposed to weigh 600 pounds. So really and truly, no one is supposed to know what it's like to feel like that. And that's why your comment is just, let me not even say the rest of that, but yeah, that's why that comment is just, yeah.
Felt like I was like weightless. Apparently fat folks. It's because you're full of hot air.
You know, we saw Tammy go to the swimming pool with Tessa, and we saw how she just wasn't doing F4. But the fact is, though, like I kept saying before, there's so much relation in season 1 compared to season 3, and there's definitely going to be a lot of relation in season 1 compared to season 4 as well if we get that season 4. I mean, we will get the season 4. Let's be real. But yeah, anyway, hot air. But yeah, anyway. But then again, nah.
Something that's been weighing on my mind since the beginning of this journey. What if Tammy don't lose enough weight and I do? Am I supposed to go through the surgery or wait for her? I know me and Tammy are supposed to do this thing together, but I'll tell you something. If I could approve and Tammy don't, I want to do it. Regardless.
Come on, Amy. Hey, come on, Amy. Come on. Oh, but hold a minute. I already know that she had the surgery and it was always going to happen. So, yeah. But either way, though, come on, Amy. Because the fact is, though, her coming out and saying that is still a powerful thing, you know? Because the fact is, though, throughout the episode, you know, it was very, it was a sticky one. You know, it was a sticky one of whether Amy was really going to make that choice, you know, that decision that was really going to, you know, that meant leaving Tammy behind. And she did. And I guess that was another reason that Tammy used, it just gets worse upon worse. Tammy's already upset that Amy's got a husband. She's got a kid, a second kid coming on the way. You know what I mean? Amy's already had a weight loss surgery. The rest of the family have had Jesus Christ. I would hate to live inside of Tammy's head for even a second, let alone a minute, to be honest with you. The demons inside of that head, man. Jesus. That's just the sound of the demons punching you in the head. Yeah.
I think it's pretty ridiculous that scales only go up to 400 and 500 max. They need to be higher.
Like I said before, Tammy, people are not supposed to weigh up to 600 pounds. I mean, listen, Tammy should just be lucky that the scale that's in particular they have there weighs up to 550 pounds, to be honest with you. Even that is concerning. The fact that there's a human scale that goes up to 550 pounds. A human scale? Bloody hell! But that just shows you that clearly in the States at that moment in time, obesity was obviously rising and rising and rising and rising and rising and rising. But to be fair, listen, I wouldn't be surprised if nowadays they have scales like those that you can buy in the store that are now over 600 pounds. I wouldn't be surprised, but damn, if there is, it just shows you how much the world is becoming even more and more and more unhealthy. God damn. Sad times. Because obviously, remember, in the first episode, they had to go to the junkyard to get weighed because obviously, you know, they couldn't get one. But Michael found one that was at least 550, so yeah. But of course, Tammy's going to complain and moan and whinge like a little baby. That's what she does best. That's her hobby.
We should try.
It's not his fault. It's the dang stores. You either have to be sick in a hospital to get weighed or go to the junkyard. It shouldn't be that way. Okay, so let's get the scale out and see how much you weigh.
It's the damn store's fault. Sorry, I didn't realize stores were meant to make scales that were over 600 pounds.
$388.6. Hot dog. I'm relieved that I haven't gained weight, but even though I'm heading in the right direction, I still can't slack off. I still had to lose 13 pounds to meet my goal weight.
13 pounds only. That's not too bad, man. But at least Amy's been honest that she's been slacking a little bit and she was obviously getting a bit worried. But obviously the scale came in and I guess, you know, gave her a number that she was happy with, which is now going to continue motivating her, which is fantastic. And then we have Tammy. Yeah, then we have Tammy.
Just try it.
It's not going to weigh me.
It ain't gonna hurt you to try.
I don't want to because if I do, I'm going to get depressed because I know it's not going to hit that number.
Yeah.
About a week.
Can you imagine Tammy says something Can you imagine Tammy saying something intelligent? Oh wait, hold a minute. She says intelligent things all the time. It's just that she never puts them into action. But in this situation, I'll allow her. I'll allow her, you know. Who am I? Who the hell am I?
If Dr. Proctor asks you if you're gonna have the surgery before me, are you gonna do it?
Yeah.
That's not being in it together.
So, in other words, you want to hold me back?
I'm gonna tell you why I'm laughing. You know what? Let me show you why I'm laughing. Oh, let me just show you why I'm laughing. Wait for it.
Being in it together.
The way she's looking at it, she's like, I thought we was in it together. Tammy's so angry all the time, man. Why has she gotta be so evil? Why can't she just be like, just you know what? It's just, yeah. Tammy's facial expressions and Amy's facial expressions in this season are just golden. Honestly, golden. Jesus Christ. But anyway, nonetheless though, let's get into the point. Yeah, Tammy is definitely being hella selfish, you know what I mean? Of course Amy's gonna go in and get the surgery if she makes it. Why wouldn't she? But Tammy's like, oh, blah 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 blah. Man, go please.
So, in other words, you want to hold me back? I mean, if the scales were reversed, I would expect you to have surgery first.
But I wouldn't. I would wait for you. I feel like if Amy gets the surgery without me, then she's abandoning me.
I mean, listen, we've been talking about it anyway. I've been saying for ages that clearly this is the indication. It's crazy how I figured this all out after during season 3, to be honest. Oh no, after season 3 or whatever. But all the signs were blatantly here in season 1. What are you guys been watching? How people missed out on just these key elements? There were so many freaking gems that just said this is how things are going to be, and this is pretty much why Tammy is the way she is. Oh my goodness gracious me, man. Jesus Christ. So many gems, man. You know what? Season 2 just sounds pointless to me at this stage for me to even bother even watching. You know, watching season 1, watching season 3, it's like, what the hell can season 2 even bring?
I did the surgery and Tammy didn't. I worry that Tammy will quit. I'm hoping that seeing me go through the surgery will make her want it even more. But it's also possible that Tammy could get discouraged and eat herself to death.
I mean, this is gonna sound heartless and mean, but the fact is though, if Tammy was to get discouraged by the fact that Amy loses weight and has surgery, and it might mean that Tammy is gonna eat herself to death, well then, so be it. And I say that because look at this way. Look at this way. You cannot ruin your life or put your life on the sideline for someone else that doesn't give a damn about your life. End of the day, it is our responsibility to look after ourselves first. There's, you know, end of the day, there's only one person that cares about you the most in this world, and that is yourself. And if you're not willing to look after yourself, then you can't expect anyone else to want to do it. And that's just the grand scheme of things. So even if he came to the case of where Tammy ate herself to death, then so be it, you know? And that's not me being horrible. That's just me being 100% factually honest with you guys, because there's so many people in this world who sideline their life, sideline their happiness because they've got a selfish human being in their life that wants to take, you know, that wants all the attention to themselves. Amy can't be doing that. And the sad thing about it is that if we fast forward to where we are now, Amy is still in the same position where you know what? She's done well to put herself first by having a kid, having a family, and, you know, obviously moving home. So she's done a very good job, but she still has that link, that weakness for Tammy. And we know that because she's offered Tammy to be able to come back home and live with her again, you know? And that's always going to be, a burden. That's always going to be the negative. That's always going to be bringing Amy down. And the matter of fact is, it's what's probably going to, you know, stop her from being the best mother possible. Because it's going to be hard for her to be a brilliant mother to her children if she has to accommodate her sister's needs as well. That's just the grand scheme of things. So at the end of the day, like if it comes to choosing yourself or someone else, you choose yourself. And if that person decides to do something, you know, unnecessary that involves their life being taken away, well then that's not on you. That's on them. That is on them. That's you know, it's not in our power. Also, unless of course we're a doctor or a nurse and we get someone that's sick and we got to perform a surgery, whatever, then obviously it's a different conversation. But you know, on this type of context, it's not. You know what I mean? Come on now. But nonetheless, though, you guys let me know what you're thinking in the comment section, because this episode is over. We're back again with episode 5. You know what I mean? Come on now. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. Like, subscribe, and comment down below. Peace.